Got her did.
There you go.
Let me
I got my
see.
truck fixed somewhat.
Tell them what the problem was.
So on LS's, most of you guys know there's a side plate on the oil pan. Most guys use those for oil, turbo oil feeds. A bunch of the newer ones, they use that for oil coolers, stuff like that. Well, on older models, they were just blocked off. A lot of like half tons, 3/4 tons that were gassers didn't really have them, so they just block them off. Well, that gasket, there's a gasket between that plate and the oil pan, and that gasket after 300,000 miles is done. So I did some research. A lot of the guys they're not going back to factory. They're using billet, and it has an O-ring in it. And whenever it leaks again, you just get a 30-cent O-ring and just put a new O-ring on it and throw it back on. Because of that. So I went ahead and I bought $8. That's all it cost me. $8, 30 seconds of my time. Pull it off, put it back on. So that fixed one oil leak. The second oil leak that was causing an excessive amount of oil leakage.
It was bad.
Was that I wanted to do a oil cooler myself. So I bought a sandwich plate. So I can tap in and get like oil temp later down the line, a bunch of other stuff. Try to do things to the motor that I wanted to do, the stuff that I like to do, which is know as much information without having to plug it in. Relatively accessible to me at all times. So I put a sandwich plate between the oil filter and the oil pan. Well, that didn't seal right at all. So it was just dumping oil. So I got rid of the sandwich plate. I did some more research. I think the junkyard motor that we're going to do, I think instead of going with the sandwich plate idea, I think we're going to go with the block off idea.
What we've talked about, what he kind of decided is we're going to find a $300
block and caps, and we're going to build it.
Yeah, build it and have it ready, like we were talking about. Just be able to pluck one and put the other one in.
Yeah, so
and be able to take his time now, because the oil leak, what he thought was a massive problem, it isn't that much of a problem anymore.
I did borescope the rear main. The rear main is leaking, but it is not like
3 quarts in a week.
Yeah, it's not 3 quarts in a week. It's more.
Do we have any questions?
No, everyone's just saying hi. Exit says, howdy, gents. Michael Pineda said, what up, fellas?
What up? What up?
Gang, gang. What's good?
Boathead said, evening, gentlemen.
Evening.
I said, I was offended because I did not get a hello.
Hello.
And Baller says, evening.
Hello, Baller.
Hola. Mi amigo.
Okay. The other news is I finally heard back from the Four Queens. So all our stuff is booked now for Vegas for the first week in November for SEMA. And we're staying at the Four Queens. And but they don't actually have like a code. They have a code. What I found out is that they actually do have a percentage code for first responders, military, and anybody over 55. So, and it's 10%, and it's FQ DISC is the code. And you have to go on their website, thefourqueens.com, and go to the reservation center, and best kind of to do it over the phone instead of online. You can do it online and use that code online, and I'll have it down in the description and everything for the rest of the year. For that code for the Four Queens, but it's a 10% off, and like I said, I love the Four Queens. I've been staying there for years and years and years and years, and it's the best place in town. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. But the plus is being able to get finally on a bucket list, get to go to SEMA.
There you go.
And see everything at SEMA. So but that's the code. It's FQ DISC. That's the code you can use it online and get yourself 10% off. And they say basically they'll verify it whether you're a first responder, you know, a veteran, or over 55. What you get there on it, but you get the code, you get the 10% off. And like our booking was cheap. I mean, during the week bookings, you know, at on Fremont Street are very, very economical. Flights too. Flights are cheap. I mean, we're lucky enough. We have a shuttle from Tulsa straight into Las Vegas. And so there's a nonstop, there's no layovers. You're just economy class and you're there. Hour and 20 minutes and you're landed, and it's great. So, but it's locked in. So we're going to SEMA, and I'm going to talk about it all year, but it's an opportunity. I would love to be able to meet some of you people and some of my guys face to face, and just to get together and drink some cold ones and just talk about everything, you know, because I mean, we're on number, this is something like 44, almost a year's worth now of lives.
44, 45.
Yeah, and it's.
I looked it up at the end of last live. I don't remember.
I think it's like 44, 45. Anyways, so I mean, and I don't have any plans on not doing this. I think this one enjoys doing it. He likes talking about his thing, and so let's open up the questions. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you got to do? I mean, I've gotten some hits from a couple of people during the last couple of days about questions. You guys said you were going to be here, so let's hit it. And oh yeah, don't forget the super link for if you're going to buy anything for over the winter for your builds. If you're going through Summit, use my super link. That'll help out the channel, and buy a piece of merch. Help support. You know.
Yeah.
Your oldest live is from 10 months ago.
So we're in the 40s.
Yeah.
Yep. We're coming up on a year.
40. If you average it together, it's 4.3 weeks a month. So you're looking at about 43, 44. Yeah.
Yep. Somewhere in there. But it's cool. But you guys got any questions? I mean, I pretty much spilled all my beans. You finally got the LS done.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I did.
Okay, this is something that seems strange to me. They don't. He's waiting on flanges and stuff for the exhaust to finish it up.
I got a man in there.
Okay, but I mean, they didn't like him popping it off with open exhaust.
Yeah, they didn't like that. They didn't like that at all.
Well, it sits. Have you ever paid attention to how the service base sits
Yeah.
in his Kia?
I'm right in the parts window.
Yeah.
That goes right out to the lobby.
Well, but there's
Oh.
that glass window that leads right into the lobby too.
Oh, okay.
And so it probably just echoed through that
Oh,
whole
yeah.
building.
Friggin'
But it's a dealership. They do cars.
yeah, but it's a.
Then they would have hated me because I don't have exhaust on Bama Lab yet. They would have hated me bringing that one over.
Yeah, but it was womp de dump de dump de dump. Every old man in that place would go. Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Rivet. Oh, yeah, America.
Yeah.
Michael Pineda says you guys headed to Dinos this year in Glendale,
No.
Arizona.
Yeah. Nope. I think if I get lucky enough or if I get enough invitations, I might do PRI after SEMA, but that's like 6 weeks apart, and that's a lot. Unless we're going to wagon train it. Maybe, I don't know, but for sure, my bucket list is SEMA, and we're going to have 3 solid days. We're going to be back on the plane on Friday. Come in on Monday, go back on Friday, and because Friday is the only day it's open to the public. You have to be a member of SEMA. Oh, that's another thing, is that I had a bunch of people question about whether or not I would qualify, that they just thought that SEMA was just for like manufacturers, period. No, SEMA is for mechanics, anybody in the industry, anybody that makes a living off of being a mechanic, anybody that makes a living off of parts, reproductions, restorations, repairing. There's multitudes of categories that you can qualify to put in your application to be a member of SEMA.
Yeah.
And it's a really good organization, dude. They do a lot of good stuff. They do a lot of sponsoring of a lot of good stuff, and they keep track of. They do their best to try to keep the automotive industry alive. Because, the push, for the last 4 years before somebody came back into office was electric vehicles everywhere. That was their push. And that was, for the industry of all of us guys that like cars, that was not a good thing. Because there's not a lot you can do to up, besides,
Well, and that also, from a Kia standpoint too, Kia has the EV9s, the EV6s, the hybrids, Sportages. They have a lot of electric vehicles, but it's also where you're located at too. So like around here where we're at, the closest besides a dealership, you have to pay dealership prices, but the closest charging station from us is 45 minutes away.
No, actually, the one's up and running at the Pilot down the road, right off I-40.
But before that, the closest one's 45 minutes away. So if you had a full, and we've had customers buy electric vehicles and bring them back 2 months later and trade them in
because there's no charging.
Because they could not charge their vehicle. Now Kia got smart, and they come in different categories, and so now like electric cars come with a charger.
Do they not automatically come with a charger?
No. Tesla
Kia just released all EV6, EV9s will come with a Category 1 charger, which is basically you plug it into the wall, got a big old box on it, you plug it into a 120, and you plug it into your car, and it takes 12 hours to charge your car.
For a 300-mile radius,
For 300 miles.
Okay, but see, that was the rub when Teslas first came out. Is Tesla sold separately their big charging station for your home.
Yeah.
Oh, because I know. So my grandma used to have the Chevy Volt, and it was like the hybrid, like the gas or whatever.
Yeah.
And it came with the charger.
Yeah, but when 15 years ago when Elon first came out with the when they first come out, that was the schmear because there was no infrastructure, and Teslas they were expensive, those charging stations. But if you could back then when they first come out, when if you could afford a Tesla, you could afford the station.
Okay, yeah. I've got some questions for you, quite a bit. Baller says, I had mentioned with the crappy lifters these days on your post. What's the thoughts on reusing old style lifters?
No, I don't recommend it at all. Not reusing ones that's already been broke in. See, they break in and they mate to that camshaft, the lobe on the camshaft.
Yeah.
Now, me and Santana had to sit down, talk about it. And she's been buying all of her lifters through Howard's Cams, and she hasn't had a problem yet. But she's very litigious and her attention to detail is there, and it's the break-in oil with the zinc additive, with the timing. She says, but she hasn't had a problem yet with the Howard's Cams. So I think that's lifters. I think that's where I'm going with the big block because I just used up my last set of good lifters, the new old stock part number, had them on the shelf for a couple of years and finally used them in the new motor. But the big block's going to have to have a set. Yeah, big block's going to have a set. And I think we're going to go, she said Howard's Cam's the only one thing she trusts right now. Not Comp, not Lunati, not Howard's Cams.
Well, we talked to Howard's Cams too, and they when we were at PRI, and their big thing was they were like, we're trying to get away from the industry standard of what types of metals they're using or whatever, or what's wiping lobes, and they're like, we're trying to test and troubleshoot and figure out the combo that works. Like they hear us and they understand, like, hey man, like I'm spending X amount of dollars for a cam, and on first startup I'm wiping 6 lobes off,
or just one,
and ruining this motor.
Yeah, ruining all of it. Yeah,
I have to tear it right back down, send it back to go get vatted, and buy another cam and buy another lifters. You know, it's
yeah. It's just, it's
they're
not
they're
good.
listening.
They're aware. The industry is aware.
Yeah.
But
It's just
you
somebody's
just,
got to come
you
up
just don't seem to hear a lot of them
admitting it.
or trying to, like, okay, we've addressed the problem. This is the fix for the problem. I mean, you guys know all the damn recalls going on with all the engines
Yep.
around the world right now. I mean, it's everything. I mean, every day I turn my phone on, there's a recall on something. It seems like there's some manufacturer defect on this or defect on that, or, you know, it's, I mean, just look at the 6.2s. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of them that are, they say, just use a thicker oil and wait for it to blow up.
Yeah, that's not a fucking fix.
Yeah, no, it's
that's not a fix. I don't care what anybody says. That's not a fix.
it's not a fix. You know, they're not, you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
And if I could, honest to God, if I could, like, rip the bottom end out of the wife's Tahoe and put old school standard
stuff in it.
rod bearings in it, I would. But economically or time, don't have it. So, but her motor, hers is a 6.2, and hers is just outside of that window that were causing the issues. So
We'll see.
we'll see. But I think we're still gonna, even though her cap says 020, I put 530.
Yep.
It's a Chevy motor.
Okay.
Good. Go ahead.
Sorry. Exit says I've been working daily on my 74. I want to have it ready for Dino's get down. Good thing it's in November. By then, the brutal summer heat will be passing. Boathead says I've got an 86 K2350. I blocked off the EGR passage. Will that do harm?
No, won't hurt at all.
EGR gas is basically like trying to, like, have your buddy fart into a tube and then you try to breathe it. Like, it's not.
Yeah, and it's just a way. It's just a way that
it's a weird analogy, babe. But
it's just a way that GM tried to figure out a way to warm that intake up faster in cold climates. That's all EGR is.
Yeah, just block it. Block that grip off.
Yeah, ain't gonna hurt nothing. Matter of fact, most of any kind of decent performance manifold these days won't have a passage in it. Now, the stuff from the 60s and 70s and the 80s, yeah, they still had them in it. I got one that's on BAMLM right now that's an old intake, and it has the EGR passage in it. But, like, the newer stuff, though, doesn't even come with it. It's not an issue.
The only thing that has nowadays, the only thing that has an EGR valve on them are anything with turbo.
Yeah,
the EGR,
because they want to get the temperature up fast.
Well, the exhaust is actually what helps cool the turbo.
Yeah.
Baller says, too bad there is no way for your subscribers to share their pics of their rides. Would love to see the Exits 74. Jamie Davis says, what's up, fellas?
What's up?
I am still offended. Exit says, hey, Uncle B, need some ideas on how to clean up the engine, wiring harness, how to make it clean and nice or have minimal wires being seen.
Well, you're gonna have to build your own, basically kind of modify your own harness. I mean, to go wireless, to make it like where everything's tucked into like in a square body on the firewall where the transmission hump is, there's a lip, and you can actually mount and run the wiring harness behind that lip so you can't see it behind the engine. There's little things like that. I mean, but unless you go like one wire alternator, which cleans up all that wire that comes across the intake and everything from the starter and stuff like that. There's just little things you can do that, but you're going to have to like reinvent the wheel a little bit.
Yeah, like when I did BAMLM's wiring harness,
Which works perfectly, by the way.
Thank you. The way I did BAMLM's wiring harness was kind of in the same mindset of I want it to be as minimal as possible. Yeah. So you got to think of what you need. Because I don't know your setup. I don't know if you have, because we have a one wire. alternator.
Yeah, that's been on the shelf forever. I haven't used it
Yeah,
yet.
but it's a 1-wire alternator
Yep.
to a Ford starter solenoid on the firewall.
Yep.
And then the firewall, the battery we ran through the fender and poked it out onto the battery.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Battery
then we
cable.
ran the wire straight down. But what we also did is we wiretapped and clamped everything up against the wall. And we also used wire loom in a black
New loom. Yeah, new loom.
New loom in a black engine bay.
Because it's hard to clean the old stuff up.
Right. You can't really clean up old.
It gets
wire
brittle.
loom
It
and-
breaks.
yeah.
It cracks.
Now,
Once
we
you start
did-
messing with it.
We did. I was able to save some of it, the stuff that wasn't brittle, but basically,
But not a ton of it. We ended up buying 2 different packages of loom.
Yeah, I was gonna say I bought 2 boxes of loom.
Yeah, it was.
2 boxes.
He actually bought a box. It's like 100 foot.
Yeah, it was like 100 foot. Well, at the time I was working at a ride.
Yeah, it was
like
cheap.
100 foot of loom for me was like $15.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you got to do. Is you just we painted it black, so the black.
But
loom
I would also suggest change one thing at a time. Don't start ripping on your harness, and because you don't know, it's like drag racing. You change one thing at a time. So fix one thing, make that look nice, and then go to something else and make that look good, and then go something that just one thing at a time.
I will admit that I did have to break it up into sections.
Yeah.
So if you unbolt it from the fuse box, you'll have your engine one, and then you'll have your tail end stuff.
Headlights. Yeah.
Yeah, you have like your front end stuff for like your alternator and all that stuff, and then you have your taillight stuff. When you unbolt it, you can separate it into sections. So like like your taillights first.
You tuck it inside the frame rail, clean
do the
underside up.
first, and then do the engine.
Work
bay,
from
and
the back forward. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Okay. James Davis said just had to replace a cam and lifters on a 2021 6.2 with 30,000 miles.
Yeah.
That's
It's not good.
Yeah.
And then Exit says GM should have stuck with reliable 10W30 or 5W30. OTW30 or OTW20. I just don't see it being able to protect the engine.
So
especially not in a
right.
warm in a cold climate.
Well, not only that, the viscosity is not there for the load that those motors produce. Like on smaller engines, 4 cylinders and stuff, the load and the centrifugal force on the cam is not as demanding as on.
Let's just say,
an
let's
LS.
just call the elephant. They are trying to stop. They're trying to minimize the bleeding in the short term. Is what they're doing. They're just trying to keep them up running long enough till they can somehow get enough produced where they know they're going to be replacing and warrantying a ton of them.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be guys that probably spend their whole for the next 10 years replacing engines.
Oh, I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's like they're just putting their finger in the
wound.
in the wound, just trying to stop, minimize the bleeding for short term. Yeah.
Nope.
Which is sad because you like to like your brand that you like, whether it's Ford, Dodge, Toyota, whatever. You like the idea of being able to trust the quality, and that has been beaten the hell out of for the last several years.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what brand it is. It's almost like you can't trust anything anymore. Like I said, every day I pull up my phone when I wake up and I turn my phone on, and there's some kind of recall on something automotive.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about 1,000. We're talking about hundreds of thousands. There's 4 million recalls on Ford right now for something I just didn't quite catch what it was, but I'm like, I saw
you looking that up. I saw that on your Google.
Yeah, I didn't even want to look it up because I'm like, 4 million pieces out there. Ford knew something was wrong, or they figured out something was wrong. I mean, I'm like,
some of it's kind of silly though, because I remember when I had my Toyota, I got a recall notice one day, and it was about, you probably remember it. It was literally about the battery plate.
Yeah, the battery tray.
A recall on a battery tray?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like
some of it's silly. Like it was like, hey, you need to take this in. It could be loose. Your battery could be wobbling. And I went out there and I put my hand on the battery and I just kind of did that. I'm like, it's secure. I never took it in because I was like, it was, to me, it was a silly one because it was like, it was defective on some parts. And I was just like, no. Because I get used to go to Toyota and then
so
leave with like
and also,
$700 of debt.
And also, like, being in the dealer side of the industry, like, you do have different types of recalls. So not all of them are like, oh my God, this has to get done. Like, you have your safety recalls that are required to be done. Like, those cars were required to come back to the dealership and a task is required to be performed on your car.
Well, that one was considered a safety one.
Right. Well, anything to do with a battery is safety because of the lead acid.
Right.
But like, you also have product improvements. Those are like, do you really want those? No.
Like, we're taking a screw out of something and putting in a slightly better screw or a hex head
or like
something silly like
yeah,
that.
but to me, it seems like there might be some silly ones out there, but it seems like here lately it's been big items.
Well, have you also noticed too how fast they're churning out new vehicles?
Yeah, and they're not. It seems like their R&D is they're like really down. They're not even
their
tested.
quality assurance.
Yeah, they're just All right, next question.
That's a cool idea. Run a Ford solenoid, so a single wire to the starter. Michael Pineda says, LOL, it's still pretty warm there in November. Exit. I wear a light jacket and it's off at 9 a.m. Michael Pineda also said, Baller, I was thinking the same thing about sending in vehicle photos. Which would you, if your followers sent you in photos, instead of them trying to get each other's personal details, just create a post and be like, sent him from
I could do
Baller,
that. I could absolutely do that. You guys have my email address on the bottom of the listings and everything. Yeah, I've I could do posts.
I'm excited to see them too.
Yeah, all I gotta do is upload to the computer and I can just make like a slideshow.
I could make a car meet with all your vehicles there.
You guys just ring the buzzer on her because this is the kind of stuff that she loves.
I got it. We call it Thumper Thursdays.
For what?
On Thursdays is when you would post them.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thumper. This Thumper Thursday.
Hot Rod Thursday.
Thumper Thursday. You got to make it rhyme.
What are you, little baby rabbit now? If you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all.
That didn't stick. That didn't stick at all. But yeah, like, like Thursdays or something, just do like.
No, we can do that.
Yeah, like
absolutely. And then we'll put a little. Okay. Now the one proviso on that is that we can do posts out like once a week of pictures sent in by our viewers, that sort of thing. I don't like the idea of putting people's information out there. Now, I'll just, I could say from Stephen A. or from like,
Well, I was going to say, like, it would be, so like if Baller sends you a picture of his vehicle, or I think it's Exit that's got the 73, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So Exit's got a 74. If he sent it, be like, you would want him to put whatever their handle is on YouTube. So Exit. And then the
1973 K10.
Right.
Yeah.
Your specs, sending your specs of the vehicle.
Yeah.
350 mobile man.
Yeah, we could. No, just 3 small block automatic 4-wheel drive.
It doesn't have to be a lot. Just boom.
Yeah, we absolutely send it in.
And then I'll take them all and turn them all into little cartoons.
There you go, because she's really loving the editing part. She's really getting spot on with that stuff. So yeah, no, that's a great idea. We could do it. I mean, well, we could do it like on Sunday. We could post it up for Sunday because you can schedule a post. Because Thursday we do the copy of this, and Wednesday I'm gonna do some side stuff. We do Friday and Saturday as a regular post, so it'd be Sunday or Monday we could do it.
Do a Friday night cruise night.
Friday night frenzy.
Yeah, there you go. Friday night frenzy post.
That's a football thing.
I'll
do whatever you want it to be.
I mean, yeah, like.
Okay, there we go. Okay, you guys got my email address. When you send the pictures in, give us an idea of what we're going to call it. I'll let you guys decide, and then we'll take the coolest one out of the bunch. But
Michael Scantlin's here.
Hi, Mike.
Mike.
Where was I? Exit says, LOL. I don't think I've heard Exit say LOL. I literally ripped out the whole harness. I had to repair a lot of brakes, patches, poor butt connectors, etc.
Yep.
Baller
You
says,
said butt.
you said butt. Baller says, yep, GDI engines are garbage. I'm just getting ready for second Kia engine. And then Baller says, haha, Thumper Thursdays. Mine's down to bare bones, so not much of a pick. Haha, maybe by the end of summer it might be something. Then Michael Scantlin says, hey, I know, you should do Kenny's face on a t-shirt. LOL.
Well, we've been thinking about doing like a portrait of us together. You know,
When
and
have we talked about that?
And then Boathead says, be careful.
me and her have.
Be careful. The second wire on the starter helps with cold starts.
Well, the reason for the Ford solenoid on the firewall in a small block or a big block Chevy is that their solenoids on the starters have a tendency to heat soak when you got headers, and they make it where they drag like crazy whenever they get hot. But that Ford solenoid being up on a firewall away from that heat will force that solenoid to do its job, and that's why it's there. And I had big block shoved into a 81 Camaro, and it did nothing but mess with solenoids. It was a trying to start that sucker once it got warm. Put that solenoid on. A buddy told me about that. Put that solenoid on. It's a kit from Summit. And speaking of, Summit, but there's a
Marketing.
There's a plug. But I mean, it solved the problem, and I've been doing it ever since, and that's 30 years. So I mean, it's every new one that I build gets the same setup. It's a kit from Summit, and it works great. And you never have a problem, no matter how hot you get it, that starter lagging at all.
I recommended it to a bunch of guys when I was working in the parts business. They'd always come in like, I don't want to spend money on it. Like, even if you like all the starters or the solenoid's bad, the appendix will stick out and it'll spin it, but solenoid's bad, so you need a starter. And it's like, well, actually, no, you don't.
Boathead says, are you talking about battery lead? Lead?
Lead, L-E-A-D, lead, battery leads.
Battery lead.
But yes, yeah. You just run one hot off that solenoid off the firewall and run it straight to the starter plug.
Mm-hmm. And it has a little brass plate that connects to the initiator on the solenoid with the hot on the so the solenoid on the firewall, it's cold on the left side until you hit the key. Initiates and it hits the starter with the power. Yeah, all at once. Mm-hmm. It forces it to do its job, even if it's hot. Mm-hmm. Plus, it makes it easier to change the starter too. Yeah, you're just talking about one. You're not talking about the little wire and a couple of this and yeah. It's when the 5/8 or 11/16 nut and you're done and it's off with the 2 bolts. Cleans everything up pretty good.
I thought so.
Yep.
Michael says, I forgot to tell you today that Thomas has been falling a lot, pretty much every day, and he won't listen to me.
Well, it's because y'all are stubborn. You're brothers, I mean, all right, Thomas, listen to Michael.
Yeah, Thomas.
I know you can hear me. Even Presley says, listen to Michael and listen to Judy Ann.
My name Bennett. I ain't in it.
The insurance is messing with them and not wanting to approve his what he needs to get done. So they're fighting the insurance right now. Send them prayers. It'll get fixed. It'll all get worked out. Any other questions?
Exit says, you ever try the vintage air systems? Been wanting to try one out.
Boy, they're pricey.
I want to try one.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to try one. I would love to like to be able to somehow make a deal with them and have them send me a kit to use. I would love to get a kit for Mom's Mustang, you know, and plummet everything before I really start doing all the body work, you know, because once everything's together and then doing it retro, that's a pain in the butt. But they're pricey, but they work, you know. I mean,
it's very, from what I've researched on them, because I went down a rabbit hole one day because, you know, we want to build like a family, like cruise hot rod. And, you know, it's like, all right, well, the kids are going to be in it. So I want to do vintage air and like a bunch of other stuff. And so I was like doing some research. And the one thing that everybody said that was a pain was the lines off the compressor.
oh,
Because they don't come like mated. So you can take it down to your local auto parts store and they'll crimp the lines for you if you don't have a crimper. But you have to like size them up for your build.
really?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah.
they came in just plug and play.
No. Well, everything else is plug and play, but the lines,
The hard lines.
Yeah, the hard lines, it's not really a hard line, it's a soft line. But it's 2 crimp fittings.
So you have to modify it for whatever your application is.
So like if you got a Mustang with an LS, your compressor location is going to be different than on a 302.
I got you.
So
Okay.
it'll still fit the body, but depending on the location of the compressor,
You're
having
to modify lines.
you have to set up. And a lot of like if you're good friends with the parts guys and you need to use their press, they'll press them on and probably wouldn't charge you anything. But it's just all you got to do is just figure out what length it needs to be.
So there is some modification. It's not just a complete bolt up plug and play. There's some modification.
There's a little bit. There's a little bit, but not as far as like the unit itself.
I
The
got you.
lines.
I didn't know that. But no, I would love to try setting one up. You know, we're in Oklahoma. It gets freaking hot. Not as bad as Arizona or New Mexico, but it gets hot. At least you guys out there in the desert ain't got the humidity. We're 105 degrees with 100% humidity. It's sticky.
Yeah, but it is a full
Could be in a high desert, and then they could have humidity.
Yeah. But it
You
is
ever
a
been
full
to
kit. It
Flagstaff,
comes
Arizona?
compressor.
Do you have to argue with everything?
Yeah.
But no, I would love to try a vintage air. Someday I'll have enough money to be able to afford one. Maybe someday, not today, but someday maybe.
Stop buying big block parts.
Boathead says, okay, I was
I like big block.
confused. I used them to bypass bad wire and harness to fire solenoid.
Huh?
Exit says, I'm saving up money to get a gear vendor's overdrive for my
Ooh,
85
okay.
C10. I'm not finished.
I know. Okay, go ahead.
Gosh.
Hush.
I can hear you. I have a 400 now. Would like that split head and OD and run 3.73 gears.
Yep.
You should totally contact them for a GV unit. Humidity is not bad here in Arizona at all. It's just brutal dry heat. It's a dry heat.
Yeah. Now the gear vendor overdrive systems, the boxes. The problem is that they've gotten really popular really fast, and they are backed up. They are on back order apparently for at least 18 months. So it isn't like you like going and buying spark plugs. Those things are specifically made. They work great. They are expensive, but because of all the drag and drives have gotten so popular, everybody's running them. So if you can find them, you're probably going to buy one used. You know, you're going to be waiting for a long time to get one new in the box. So it's a great system. And I've seen lots of YouTubers and guys doing drag and drives are using them, and they're working flawlessly. They take a lot of horsepower. They'll take, a couple thousand horsepower on, and just hold it all day long. But it's getting your hands on one is becoming the problem.
Yeah. Well, I remember there for a while, like I remember Yukon limited slip kits were on back order too.
Yeah.
Because they found out how
COVID didn't help.
Yeah, no. Everybody's still recovering from that.
Yeah.
What about the Backyard Builders Club?
BBC.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Stop saying it. Buck, I'm going to tell you right now, stop saying it.
Stop saying it.
Don't say it.
How about BBA? Backyard Builders Association.
Better.
There's the inside joke on this. I don't know about you. Can tell me about it.
It's not an inside joke.
It's not.
Backyard Builders
Association.
BBA Backyard Builders. Well, I can't no C.
Uncle
Okay.
Buck's Backyard Builders.
Bucks Builders Club.
It's still
Can
BBC.
we fix it? Sounds like Bob the Builder.
Come on, Ding. Come on, Dingle. There you go. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Good boy. Oh. There you
Judy
go. Now go lay
Scantman
down. Go lay
says,
down.
Grant Michael said it looked like the boys had you down for a nap when we pulled up over there today because they were in front of the door.
Yeah. Yep. They're good in the office for about an hour and a half, and then they start getting bored, which are typical, 1 and 2 year old boys. Ding pup, you hit my tripod, you're in trouble. That's right. Backyard Builders.
What about Wrench and Ride Collective? No?
We'll figure it out. You guys come up with some names, and along with your
Oh, they
information.
have. Oh, Baller has.
Oh.
BK Tonight Show, Buck and Kinney. It's like Regis and Kelly.
That kind of
You guys can fight over which one's Regis and which one's Kelly.
Are you gonna judge me if I don't know what that is?
No,
Yeah, no,
it's a talk show.
It was a morning television talk show from California.
So and then Tim's Demon says, so here's where everyone is at.
Yep.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Tingle, go lay down.
There's the Hot Rod Hangout.
That's not bad.
Ken's just going to be salty if we don't choose the one he said originally.
No, it's just. I'm just here for it, man.
We'll figure it out.
Michael says, Uncle Buck for President 2028 and Kenny for Vice President.
No.
No, thank you.
Secretary of Offense. All right. I want the button.
No, the only one that's really got the button is got the football. Is wrong goes along with the president.
I want the button. Secretary of Offense.
You're gonna
No,
have a little
Secretary of
chair.
War is what you want.
No.
You're going to have a little chair in your dad's office, and it's just going to be a plastic case with a red button.
Go.
That's your whole job.
Go.
Dingo, go
Can I hit
right
it?
down.
No,
No.
you can't hit it. Oh.
I want to turn some
Uncle
sand into
Dave?
glass.
I'll
I'm
level it all,
considering
pave it over,
the
make a
12
big
volt
old
air
circle.
conditioning like Mike Cotton used on his Monte Carlo. No engine mounted compressor. Tim says, hey.
Hey,
And then Exit says the 350 Coalition.
Engine Builders Association? No, Classic Builders Association?
I like Hot Rod Hangout. There he goes again.
Yep.
There he goes. There's a suggestion, subscriber wrench bench. I don't like that one.
YouTube certified.
Wrench bench is not bad.
Yes, it is. It just rhymes, so you think it's good. There's the Wrench and Ride Collective, the People's Pit Stop.
It's political. We don't do political.
Oh, okay. Shop Talk, Show and Shine.
Show and Shine.
Sounds like a car wash.
Working at the car wash.
Do. At the car washer.
Wrenching and Riding.
Sounds like a motorcycle game.
What is the at car shows? What is the like the unfinished? What do they call that? Like they give like trophies out for the best unfinished, or what? Or honorable mention or something like that.
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I just go to look at all the chrome.
Yeah.
All weird. Chrome is for the devil.
Rust and Glory Showcase.
What?
Rust and Glory Showcase.
Rust and Glory. Patina Picnic.
Gearhead Gallery.
Rusted Gems.
Hidden Gem.
Bustin' Rust Dust. Okay, this is one right off the rails real quick. Okay.
Chrome and Gasoline Collective.
Any questions about cars?
Exit says in progress.
In progress. Let me see.
Work in progress.
Work in progress. Works in progress.
No.
You literally
Work
said.
in progress.
You literally said this has got off the rail.
And
Yeah,
it
I'm
went
still
right back
doing
to
it.
You're still doing it.
Still doing it.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to read the comments, okay? Exit says, Exit said, in progress, ... And then he goes, in progress, exclamation.
I'm gonna let her decide.
But
She's gonna be the one editing it all
work
up.
in progress, WIP, whip.
WIP.
It's a ride. Get
Whip. I like it.
it? Dave wins. We're doing Dave's idea. Professor Pushrod's Motor Madness. I like it.
Oh, we gotta. Yeah.
Have to.
She keeps trying. She
Have
made
to.
this little
I did.
thing up, Professor Pushrod, with me with funky hair and stuff.
There's a picture of Dave on it too.
Yeah.
Bolt boy.
Yeah, Bolt Boy.
I wish I could add it to the chat so everybody could see it. It'd be great.
Well, you're about to have your chance.
Yeah.
Professor Pushrod's picturegram. Pics.
For a family business, there's a lot that goes on between you two that I have no idea about.
Yeah, you just at work all day long. Yeah.
Rust in progress. RIP. I don't hate that one.
I don't hate that one either.
I had mentioned on your post today what's you doing with your hardware on a restoration.
Oh,
Stop it from rusting, soaking nuts, bolts in oil, painting, bluing.
okay. No, I don't do any of that. What I'm doing with all my hardware is I have an ultrasonic cleaner and I bathe it all and cook all the junk off of it. And then I rinse them off, get the chemicals off of it, and then it's WD-40 and in a Ziploc bag. And then if I feel like I want to paint bolt heads, I use just a piece of cardboard and punch holes in the cardboard and shove the screws and bolts, with the heads up where it doesn't get on the threads, and just 4 directions spray paint them. And it works out really good. WD-40, as long as you clean it, it won't keep the paint from sticking. And as long as you give the paint long enough for it to cure, it won't come off once you wrench them back on. So, I've done it over and over and over again, but it's just, I don't blue them. I don't do them. I just clean them real good with the ultrasonic cleaner, which works fabulous. Or you can wire wheel them if you want to, use a pair of vice grips and wire wheel them. That takes a lot of time. But then just use a sheet of cardboard, punch holes in it with a punch or a Phillips screwdriver, and just stick them in the holes and just paint them that way. That way the threads stay clean, and they don't cause you any troubles, and you got the rust off of them, and you're good to go. But I don't do any of the bluing and all that stuff. No.
What's bluing?
It's a heat treatment.
Well, kind of. So they use vinegar and electricity, and it.
No, that's electrolysis. That's not bluing.
Oh no, that's that.
Bluing is like what they do
baking.
on a gun barrel.
Yeah, the baking.
Yeah, it's
okay.
yeah,
I know
it's heat treating. Yeah, it's a coating.
So
I mean, you can. I mean, if you want to spend the money and take the time to do it, but I mean, you clean them up, put some paint on them, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I've got a question. Have you ever heard of the Dinos Get Down? That's in Glendale,
California,
Arizona.
No. Well, I mean, I probably heard of all of them, but I've just forgotten them because I'm old.
It's coming up. It's November 14th and 15th.
We'll just be coming back from SEMA.
Just Chevys only.
Yeah. Well, they have all kinds of stuff like that. They have this big, huge LS Fest in several places across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a big, huge F-body fest, and they have square body fest, and they have all kinds. We just had Daryl Starbird's in Tulsa, the largest undercover car show in the nation, just a couple weeks ago, and they had a bad accident there. They were doing inside there. That place is big enough. They did a demolition derby inside the building.
Kind of sounds like so they have tailgating, cruise lane, 8,000 trucks, over 250 vendor booths.
Yeah.
Food truck alley.
Big.
Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. GM and Chevy trucks only. Saturday, November 15th from 9 to 3 is GM and Chevy cars and trucks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some big shows.
I wouldn't hate going to that one. I'm not saying this year, but for next year, that'd be kind of cool.
Lots of opportunities. Yeah, but that's a little bit of a travel for us. We're on the Arkansas-Oklahoma border. That's a long trek. I mean,
I'm talking to two people that did 1,600 miles
and complained the whole time.
Yeah, but it's Arizona, and it's Glendale.
You like Arizona.
And you know what else? And you know what else is in Arizona? Tombstone.
We were just talking about it today.
I was kind of geeking out again.
We were geeking on it. Yeah, I was too. Tombstone is his favorite movie, and Wyatt is named after
John and Wyatt are both named after them.
Characters from
actual historical people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Baller says there's two types of bluing. I see heat treat, then in oil.
Yep.
Oil just chemically bonds it and all that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I said it on. I'm pretty sure I said it on last live or the live before that. While I was in the Navy, they crucified us with corrosion prevention classes.
Mm.
And we had to go 4 times a year. And it was the Navy's, I'm pretty sure, hidden goal was to make sure that everybody knew everything about corrosion so that the planes don't rust apart.
Where you're dealing with salt water.
All the time?
Yep.
So, the number one easiest way to prevent flash rusting of any kind is take you some WD-40, take you a rag, spray it on the rag, wipe it down.
Yeah.
Or spray whatever you're coating and then wipe the excess off.
Yeah. That's all, like I said.
That's all you got to do.
The engine I just put together, it sat on the stand for 3 years under a t-shirt and pulled the t-shirt off, and it looked pristine. And all I did was douse down WD-40 and cover with an old t-shirt. That's it. And pulled it apart, and it was like it just came out of the engine.
All you're trying to do is when you add the WD-40, you're producing a film and a protective layer against moisture.
Yep.
So If there's no water, no moisture on it, there's no flash rust.
But then, like being in Oklahoma where it's 100% humidity in the summer, it's going to sweat. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Question?
Exit says Phoenix is super nice in November and Tombstone is cool for a visit. Check out the Lincoln County Wars in New Mexico. Pat Garrett. Ooh,
Didn't think
Billy
about that. Billy the Kid.
Hey, you can still visit the sites.
That's yeah. We were we were geeking out about it today.
I was.
We were.
I was on Google
I'm glad
Street
you
View.
guys had a really nice, day.
You had a good day too. The LS is fixed.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
I
done.
did it all by myself. I didn't get to geek out about anything today.
You geeked out about that engine. You love doing that truck because it
Yeah,
gave you an opportunity to see what you're going to have to do to yours.
Actually, no, because they're not all built the same. But yes, I did.
Yeah.
But now I've got 4 more trucks because I'm apparently the truck guy in the shop.
Yeah. You're the go-to. You're the goat.
Baller says, awesome, just throwing it out there because we live on the wet coast. And Jose says, greetings, fellas.
Greetings.
Hello. That's what she said.
Glad you made it.
They keep saying fellas.
No, that's what he says, greeting, fellas, and then he's got a little guy saluting. Dun, 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 dun. Thank me for my service.
Putting up with us.
If you guys didn't know, I like to embarrass Ken on Veterans Day and walk up to people and say, thank me for my service.
There. Hold that for a second.
It is enjoyable.
I gotta blow my nose. I'm dripping allergies today.
Hey, you're mic'd up now. What you wanna say to your fans?
They hear me all the time.
Yeah, but now you're in 4K.
Can't say anything. I'm not politically correct.
Wow. All that work to put it on.
Well, okay. Well, since we're trying to make the experience better for everybody, what do you think we should do different? What can we do better for the Tuesday Night Lives?
Well, don't ask them that. They'll say get rid of Presley. I don't know how you guys deal with 100% humidity because I like the rain. Honestly, living in Central California with the dry heat my whole life and then coming out here to wet air was a big change.
Huge change.
Being pregnant on top of it when we first moved. I didn't leave the house.
She was miserable.
But now I'm kind of like, I prefer it over the dry heat. When I go back to California to see my family, it sucks. I'm like, it's dry.
Yeah.
I'm like instantly like, they probably haven't seen it, but you know that movie Rango?
Yeah.
That with the lizard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp.
Where he like gets out of his little terrarium and he sheds like 6 skins.
Yeah.
That's me as soon as I hit California border.
Sure it's the humidity levels or just you're allergic to California now?
Probably a combination of both.
Because she's an Okie now.
Proud to be an Okie from the scoop.
Yeah. She's been formally adopted. No, I've been truly blessed to have the family that I have and to have like my son-in-law and my daughter-in-law. It's I can't ask for any better. I can't ask for any better.
Again, sentimental. It's weird.
Why?
He's not kissing on you, so it ain't that weird.
No, I mean, you guys just don't realize there's lots of families out there that don't have the relationship that this family has. Just doesn't, it's, I'm very thankful. for the life that I have and the family that I have. Even though they can be aggravating at times, especially my sisters, but I still love them, and I'll still do anything for them, you know.
Anything?
Baller says, my daughter loved that movie. Poor lizard takes a shit kicking.
All right, keep it PG.
He said it. I'll email you some pictures this week.
Cool.
Truck isn't pretty yet, but it's getting there.
Doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. It's you know.
I look at hot rods like I look at bulldogs.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I look at hot rods like I look at bulldogs.
Hey.
Some people love it, but you know what? You gotta respect it. It might be ugly, but it's gonna be so ugly it's cute.
Hot rod hunting?
Why are we back on this?
I don't know.
We're going to take Dave's idea. I already told you. Professor
Okay.
Push Rod.
All right. You're the boss. You're gonna be editing it up, and okay.
I don't know if you guys understand this whole dynamic that we've got going on here. Is they just make decisions and I get point in a direction to go. So if y'all could help me out understanding what's going on, I really appreciate that.
What we're trying to do is set up the future for you and for the boys, and to, you know.
I don't know what's going on.
All you have to do is keep your head down and keep fixing stuff.
That's all I do.
Okay, then you're right where you need to be.
Exactly.
Exit says, on a side note, Sturgill Simpson just dropped a new album on Sunday.
I don't know who that is.
I think that's the...
I don't know any new music.
I can hear the song.
If it's
that song that you got stuck in your head and you played it for months after we moved.
Me?
I think. Exit or Baller says I can send
Don't
before
play
and in
it
the middle
because
pics.
we get a hit for copyright.
Is it the Richmond?
No,
Is
that
that-
ain't him. No,
who's
no.
that?
Rich Man from Richmond is not. That's not him.
No, I know who that is.
Maybe pick a subject, suspension, and do a history of development. Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all. Not bad. I still
He
got.
said specifically, maybe
Oliver.
pick a subject.
Oliver Anthony is the guy that sings the
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He said maybe pick a subject, parentheses, suspension, and do history of development. Go ahead, that's a good one. I think that's a good idea. You guys have a talking point the whole live.
Yeah, but Dad doesn't like suspension.
He
But
does.
it doesn't have to be suspension.
It's just an idea
That was
for a start.
his particular idea.
Yeah, I understand. I get where you're coming from, and I understand where they're coming from. But between, and I love you, but between Dad's expertise in engines and engine building and power application, it's about all he knows.
Well, no, I'm having to do everything, but there's I don't mind suspension. It's just at my age, getting up and down doing it is the problem, you know. But it's just like body work. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I will do it, you know, because I know it's time consuming, it's tedious, and that's not my cup of tea, you know. But I'll do it, you know. But it isn't I don't like doing suspension. It isn't I don't like a lot of things, but I do it because I have to. Because it's either do that or go broke paying somebody else to do it. And I'm not going to do that. That's the whole point of this channel is that I learn things every day. I mean, every day I going to the machine shop, I learn something that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
You know, life is a learning experience. And if you quit learning and if you close your mind, like I'm kind of, the more we're talking about, the more I'm like, yeah, I want you to go out and find you a $200 clunker
Don't
piece of.
encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Because even if the new stuff, whenever he's head down and we got like a side job going on, I'm still involved. I'm still looking and asking questions, trying to figure it out. And, you know, and a lot of stuff I don't agree with because I think they over-engineer everything these days, you know. But, I mean, I'm still, everything we do, I learn something on, you know. And that's all I'm trying to do for everybody on the channel is just to give them an option of, instead of maybe they're thinking they've had for 20 years, maybe think of it at a different angle and say, oh, that might work a little better, you know.
Yeah, like bags instead of leaf springs or drilled and slotted versus hole or
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
just that another thing. Yep, I got.
Why?
Okay, what time is it?
9/11.
Okay, my sinuses are just burning. My eyes are burning, and my allergies are going crazy. So I think we're gonna call it a night. But yeah, guys, send us your snapshots. Pressing, we'll go through it, and we'll start putting stuff up. Show and shine, whatever it is, whatever you want to do. You know, rust and dust, rust and shine. We'll figure something out. But yeah, send the pictures in. Send them to the email address, and with some just general information about your ride, and we'll make a post. You know about it.
We'll start doing like a weekly post.
Maybe not weekly, maybe every 2 weeks, or maybe once a month, something like that to start with. Because I mean,
we don't. Yeah, we probably won't get a lot.
we all still have lives.
Yeah,
You know.
but I mean, we'll still put it out there.
Yeah, we'll get it done. But let's see. We're back to just remember if you guys need any parts this year, going through Summit, use the super link. Support the channel, buy a piece of merch or a hat or something.
Get in
for the drawing for the digital torque wrench. And
2 weeks.
Yeah,
You've got 2 weeks to get in, and then we're drawing a name.
Yep. And don't wait till the last minute, like you guys did at Christmas for the engine. You know, the last week of the drawing at Christmas was crazy. You know, it was like I was printing out stuff endlessly. So don't wait till the last minute. All right. But we'll be back here, same time, same place next Tuesday. And guys, think up some more questions. You guys, anything you guys know, you guys have my email address, and I got a lot of new friends on Facebook. Because you guys are sending me friend requests, you know, and asking questions, which I love. I really do enjoy it. But come back for the next one, and I'm gonna see if I can.
We'll get together this week, next week, and we'll figure out a topic to talk about. We might steal. Was it Ballard that said suspension?
No, it was
Exit.
It was Boathead.
Bowhead. We might steal Bowhead's thing and talk about suspension and cover a bunch of different things about it. Some things that we've learned through the years of doing. So,
Night.
Everyone.
good night, everybody.
You guys have a good evening. We appreciate you. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.